been so amazing. Thank you so much for just offering the support. This is maybe the second or third time. And I've just been in the same place of like, okay, how am I going to present my work to the world? But I think a lot of it had to do with my own internal boundaries around my work. And because the work I do is very deep, it's very soul level. And I feel like when I was in the experimental phase, there was a little bit shady stuff going on around it. And I needed to figure out what was going to work for me and my offer. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just focusing on how to package it and realizing who I am in it, which is somebody who's really come a long way as far as acknowledging her abilities to do really deep shadow work with people and to not be afraid of that part of myself, but also to integrate that part of myself in so it isn't causing havoc, if that makes sense, and to really own that part of myself and then step into the place where I'm ready to like show her off and like market her and like make that kind of part of it as like, you know what, I can really help people through a lot of this, a lot of processes. So yeah, I think that was the place where I just realized that, holy crap, I'm a master shadow worker. I need to own that part of my work and also separate that part of my, like my personality from that. So there's just been all this like internal kind of work going on around how to offer this, because if I wanted to do a container, like say a 3 or 4 month container or a 6-week container, what is going to feel good to me? And then like, you know, am I going to have work separate than that? How to do the boundary work where, you know, there's so, you know, I can turn it off and turn it on. And so I just needed to come into that place and then to realize kind of who I was in this whole process, instead of just create an offer where I'm doing the work, but it's like, you know, who am I in it? And what is, you know, what are my gifts in it? And what can we really achieve in 6 weeks or 4 months? And it's all kind of new. Like I'm working from my feminine energy doing this. And this is the first time in my life I've ever worked from my feminine energy. And so it has to do with like letting the openings happen and inform me and collecting information about, you know, things I want to create in the future. But like we were taught yesterday to do the research as we're working and as we're creating offers and then to create kind of a, you know, a body of work around the information that I collect. Because I think up until this point, it's been kind of picking from everyone else's work because we are overloaded with all of these tools. And so it's like, well, where am I in this? You know, what is mine here? And like, and really being like, maybe you don't know yet, but you want to be able to pick a path so that you're going to find out. And that's how I'm kind of arranging. I'm going to be giving an offer, starting to begin an offer on Thursday or Friday to somebody. And I really wanted to make sure that this was the work I wanted to do. Like I want to be in my feminine energy and I want to work with men. And this is the first time in my life I've actually, I know we have to get off this, but yeah, so it's just figuring out what my internal boundaries are around that and then choosing a path forward, knowing who I am in the process. So I want to say thank you so much.
I think there's a, you know, the fact that you're putting yourself first in that and wanting to create boundaries around it is really important. And I know a lot of you do work that, you know, especially if you are in the healing world, right? In your impasse, and it takes a lot out of you as well. So you always have to consider yourself and your own energy and how much can I give every day. So I think that's brilliant that you're doing that. And I also want to just put out there that sometimes we don't know until we start taking action and we figure it out as we go. So the first step is like, because we can sit there, you know, cerebrally and try to figure this out or even wait for the downloads for a long time. And then eventually we just got to put something together and start going. And then from the action taking, you're going to learn. So thank you for sharing.